What it do, my lovely baby boos? Welcome back to my channel. We are going to get back at it with another celebrity tarot reading. This is going to be for Brooklyn Frost and Cinco. We're going to be reading on their energy, their connection, and get the truth of what's really going on with them. If you guys enjoy celebrity readings like this, tarot related content, pick your card, zodiac, sign, channel messages, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget to like and comment some feedback if you feel like it, or any celebrities you would like me to channel in. So with no further ado, let's get right into the first question. Alrighty, so thank you spirit guides, angels, and ancestors for your wisdom, your guidance, your energy, and your assistance. Can you please help me tap in from the most highest source of love and light and the most honest truth to be able to give the collective, to give whoever is clicking and watching the video currently and in the future, the truth and the messages that they need to hear in regards to Cinco and Brooklyn's energy. So the first question we are going to tap into, collective, is how are they currently feeling about each other? So I'm going to pull a card for Brooklyn, I'll pull a card for Cinco, and we'll get the energy in the middle and we'll build up on that. Brooklyn Frost is going to be on the left and Cinco will be on the right. So let's see what their current vibes are. How are they currently feeling about each other, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors? Alright, can we get a card for Brooklyn? Well, the Three of Cups. Okay. Happy, happy, happy. Or happy. I don't know what. I will get to Brooklyn. Let's get a card for Cinco. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Oh. Disappointment, eh? And let's see where they're meeting in the middle. Sorry, so you guys can see what I see. Where are they meeting in the middle? The Four of Swords. Okay. I want to say right now there's a lot of unresolved energy between the two of them, and I feel like they both know it, but it's just in different ways, okay? Because when I pulled Brooklyn's card, I said happy, aren't we? Or am I? And the first thing that popped into my head is like, or are we pretending? Right? So I do feel like she is genuinely happy for whatever energy or situation is going on in Cinco's life, even if it doesn't include her. I do feel like she really tries to sit in this unselfish energy of like, I'm not gonna make it about me. But I do see that she still holds on to happy memories between the two of them. I do see her reflecting and thinking about good times. I do see her looking at him as a good person. But I do see her also sitting like in the Three of Cups energy, right? Like, am I as happy as what I present out? Am I as celebratory? Because I know right now, if I had a good relationship with my ex and next thing you know they're moving on with someone and having a baby, I want to be happy for them, but also at the same time it's going to sting a little. And I really do get that energy. Like, I do feel people closest to her may know this, like maybe her brother or family, or maybe she has like a best friend. I don't know if she has friends like that around her that are close, but anybody close to her knows the reality of how she really feels about Cinco, of like there is still pain, or there's still hurt there, or she still thinks about the situation. I do feel like she tries to remove herself though, because there is an energy of like, I'm not going to be selfish, or I don't want to make myself a target. So if I mind my business, drink my water, mind my business, maybe eyes won't be on me. But I always want to say, guys, energy just never lies. So when someone sits in the energy of even trying to pretend like no one exists, if you're still sitting in that energy, you're going to feel it, regardless of how much they want to pretend they're not sitting there. Now with Cinco, I do feel like the Page of Pentacles is like saying that he does wish things were different between the two of them. Like, you got to keep in mind, the Page of Pentacles talks about disappointment, right? It's like things that I thought could have been, things that I thought could have happened. It's like when he looks back, he's realizing that a lot between them just didn't work out, and he understands that maybe both of them had fault at that, but also at the same time maybe they were just too young. That's kind of the energy I get. Like, the Page of Pentacles for me is like, I don't get him holding really much blame or envy, but he is comparing his energy to what he currently has, right? Because he's in La La Land, literally, no pun intended. You know what I mean? He's in this energy of starting over and recreating, and I do feel he is trying to be happy, even if the energy is you know, collective. If you guys want to check out my Cinco and Lala reading, you guys can go check it out. I have it linked right up here. But it's in this energy of like, I don't want to sit too much in my past, even if I'm still thinking about the disappointments, even if I still hold on to her energy, even if she's still someone who is important, but I can't make that known, because it feels like they're both holding on. You see, they're both still holding on to energy. It's just in a very different way, because when we meet in the middle, we have the Four of Swords. So it's the energy of contemplation. I'm taking time out. When it's quiet, when they're alone, when there's no one around, this is when their energy for each other is brought up the most. I want to say Cinco has not forgot about Brooklyn Frost, and Brooklyn Frost hasn't forgot about Cinco either. But there is an energy of respect, okay? Like, I know my place, I know my boundary, I know where to show up and how to show up, even if I feel differently. Even if I feel a type of way, even if I would like to be your friend, even if I would like to have you in my life, there is an energy of like, energetically, they know, they have like an understanding going on. And I think this is what makes their energy kind of feel like soulmates, because it's like they know, even if they have respect for each other, to stay away from each other right now. We're both doing our own things. We're both glowing up. I think this is what I want. I don't want to ruin your relationship. She doesn't want to ruin his relationship. It's like they have like this secret respect for one another. But, you know, even though there is respect, they're, at the end of the day, they're human. They're both going to feel, and I do think they're both still holding on to the maybe disappointments or the things that could have not transpired, the things that didn't happen, the things that could have happened. I do see them both sitting in that energy. All right, let's get some more clarification with the Three of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Clarification was Cinco's Page of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Pentacles, yep. And where are they meeting in the middle? The Nine of Cups, okay? Moody, moody, moody. All right, so the Nine of Pentacles is saying, like, you know, I'm not making any investments. I'm not giving any time to this energy. You know, I'm not responsible for it anymore. This is how Brooklyn feels about Cinco. But even though there's no responsibility, she also knows here with the Nine of Pentacles here that this once was her plot, her spot, her place. She could have had all of this. This is why I keep on getting this energy of them both replaying back the woulda, coulda, shouldas of this connection, because I do feel there was genuine care for each other, right? Respect. There was real love here. There is situations where it's like, that could have been me, because I'm hearing that song from Justin Bieber. That should be me holding your hand. That should be me making you laugh. That should be me. This is so sad. Like. This is what I'm saying, like, and I know they're both in other relationships, but this can be a prime example of still wanting to be where you're at in your present moment, seeing where that could spout and where that can grow, but still yearning for something or feeling like there's still a void. I feel like they both kind of sit in this energy. But she's not responsible, right? She ain't gonna show the public this. She's not gonna show this to the surface. This is something she's not responsible for anymore. That's what I'm hearing out of Brooklyn Frost's energy. Now, you got to keep in mind the Eight of Pentacles, Cinco, like, he's moving forward. Like I said, he compares this relationship to what he got going on. And now, like I said, he's building things right now. So if that tower, because if that Lego house, because I'm hearing that song Lego House by Ed Sheeran, they speak to each other a lot through music. I think that's another thing as well. They might have like a song or something like that. But the Eight of Pentacles is saying, like, once that Lego house, whatever he thinks he's building, if it shatters or doesn't shatter, it's like, I still feel like at the bottom, you know, Brooklyn's energy will still be there. So, no, it doesn't matter what he's comparing to. For example, like, he's comparing Brooklyn and Lala right now, and what he's building with Lala, and what he's creating with Lala, and how he's happy with Lala. But if that illusion, quote unquote, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes, if that fell, if that fantasy just poof be gone, guess who would still be on the bottom? Guess who would still be in the energy at the end of the day? Brooklyn motherfucking Frost. Okay, like, it's like they both have a soft spot for each other, but they also are sitting in this energy of not holding responsibility, because it feels like they are both in, you know, different energies in this present moment. Sorry, I got a little tongue twisted there. But it's, you know, if all that was gone, if all that was to expose itself into some type of way, her energy would still be here, just like his energies would still be there for her. So the Nine of Cups in reverse, you know, that's that energy of not pouring into romantically, but also acting like we're not bothered by it, right? Like they both do sit in this energy. I guarantee you, Jay Cinco is not going to be sitting in a room with where Brooklyn Foss is going to be. Same and vice versa. And they both would just say, oh, it's in respect of my relationship. No, it's just because they can't sit in the same room without feeling this energy. Without it's like when it's like I feel like the last time they saw each other, it's like that, it's like something they both think about too, because I see like a montage of images. It's like when they cross each other, it's like a montage of images. And then like I said, they'll just say, oh, you know, just out of respect, I don't care about Jay Cinco. I'm not thinking about Brooklyn. I don't care. I wish her well though. I wish him well though. Right? You see how they're trying to take the responsibility, because it's like I really do feel like underneath there is real love still. But there's, you know, Nine of Swords. It's like nobody needs to know that though. I feel like the only ones that hold on to it is these two. Okay. What else for Five of Pentacles for Brooklyn Foss? Three of Pentacles for Jay Cinco. And the Hermit card. And you see, this is what I mean about, you know, it's like, it doesn't matter. I feel like these two have a very deep connection, and it's funny because I don't think anybody really understands or knows how deep it is, because it's like it doesn't feel like it was always shown on the internet or it was always shown in public. Like, but there is some type of tie between, like, I feel like they've talked about soul ties or something like that. But the Five of Pentacles is like Brooklyn Foss is like, well, I'm gonna let you be happy, all right, even if it's not me anymore, because it's like her standing outside, like she's watching everything that goes down, and even if it doesn't make her the happiest, you gotta keep in mind Brooklyn Foss is supposed to be also happy in her relationship too. Like, she can't make her whole reality Jay Cinco, so she turns it off. All right, Three of Pentacles, like I said, same thing. I don't think Jay Cinco will ever deny Brooklyn's energy if it's brought up, but there is an energy of putting it to a halt. Like, yeah, that's someone I used to date, and she's cool, and I nothing against her, and I wish her well. But they both know what's up here with this Hermit card. Like, it is much deeper than what they try to present. And I do feel like there are feelings here, but at the end of the day, if you still have feelings for our ex, it doesn't compare to whatever they both got going on in the present moment, because this is what they're both building towards. Like, he's building towards this of what he thinks is going to be something, and she's building towards other energies, even though there's still kind of an invisible string that holds these two together. And then they both feel it, but they don't acknowledge it. And you see, my throat chakra started to get caught up, because like I said, they don't want nobody to know that. It's like a silent truth. Silent truth. Okay, let's pull from this deck to get some more clarification on this energy between the two of them. Alright, can we get a card for Brooklyn? Look. Past, lack, suffering, indecisions. And we also have spiritual guides, angels, and ancestors. So it's funny how I'm talking about like this past energy, this invisible connection that these two really do have for each other. Spirit has already been showing her what's up. Like, I do feel like Brooklyn could be spiritual, or she believes in stuff like that. So whether she's getting her own tarot readings, or she listens to her own stuff, or her own horoscopes, or whatever the case may be, she's getting the messages. I feel like in a way she does feel like her past haunts her, because there is a crossroads here. I really truly believe that she hasn't let go completely as much as she said she does. But remember, they are in different energies in this present moment. So her intentions are trying to pour into that. I'm trying to pour into my relationship. I'm trying to pour into me being happy and my money and growth that I'm having in my career, and what could be to that. Like, she's trying to pour it into her own self, but she's having a hard time, because even when you are at your happiest, even when you think you have everything, it's still, your mind's still gonna go back to the person you want to share it with. And I hate to say it, it feels like Jay Cinco could be the person she wishes she could be doing all of this with. But is that the reality of the energy? No. And this is all alleged and entertainment purposes. Okay, guys, let's get a card for Jay Cinco. y'all. Got the motherfucking cameras, yo. Reunion, soul ties. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Self-worth and expectation. So it's funny how they are mirroring each other, how it's like they both feel this bond, because I do feel like what I literally just said about Brooklyn, this energy here, he wants the same thing. This is what I mean about they feel each other even if they want to ignore it, but they both are sitting in this expectation. I'm expected to be here and built here, she's expected to do this and da 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 da, but meanwhile they're still, if things could be the way that they were meant to be or how they're feeling, these two wish they could do it together. But there's different expectations here. Look at that, there's still attraction, Mars. It's crazy here because like I still feel like there's an active connection with them even though there's separation. Now I don't know what they're currently communicating, and that's going to be one of the questions where we will get into here, but their energy still feels active. This doesn't feel like someone who's broken up and we're done. And even if they're separated, they could be still thinking about each other, they could still be dreaming of each other. They are getting signs and synchronicities. They're still very much in each other's energy. But the concept of where they're presently at is pulling them apart, and they're choosing those realities because those are the seeds that they planted, right? So those are the flowers that's going to grow. That's crazy. Let's get the middle energy between them. Where are they meeting in the middle? Boy, I knew it. What do we have? Twin flame. Now, I don't always want to get into the soul connection cards or whatever, twin flame, soulmate, whatever. But I do believe that these two have a soul contract with one another. I do feel like there is a soul tie here. And they both feel it. I just want to say they both feel it. I'm hearing that song from Mariah Carey. Cause when you left, I lost a part of me, and it's still so hard to believe, but come back baby please, cause we belong together. But they're both in their ego too. I want to say that because they both don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. Spark and renewal, that they both want this. You see how even though their spark is here on both energies, it is crossed. This is when I'm getting this energy of, yeah, this deception of holding in these emotions. Wouldn't even admit it. They would plead to the fifth. They would self-sabotage before they would admit it. That's fucking crazy. I want to pull 3 cards. I want to pull from this deck. I wanted to see what they would say to each other, and we'll get into the next question, guys. But this is some juicy tea. They very much still fuck with each other, and there are still romantic feelings here. But like I said, guys, there's these R's. There's like respect. There are feelings, but there's also respect here. And I want to say that this is an example of a really true soul connection. Like, if they're really meant to be, the universe or whatever happened is going to bring them back together. But they're not also trying to destroy each other's life to make sure they're together, right? They are both in different energies and think that they need to build there, but still being energetically tied. Still feeling like this is their person, even though they're somewhere else. You know, that's the true definition of that invisible string theory, if anybody has thought so, right? Now, destiny is going to tell if these two will be able to fill out this contract, but there's no kidding or no denial that the feelings or the energy is still here, and they both can feel it. No, there's no denying it. What would Brooklyn say to Jay Cinco, Spirit? What would Brooklyn say to Jay Cinco? Brooklyn Frost would say, now is not the time. I'm telling you. And we have love me. Alright, so now is not the time. So it brings me back to that energy of like, I'm gonna not admit it. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna act like this doesn't bother me. I'm gonna celebrate you. But now it's not the time. You know what I mean? But then she's like, love me. I wish this with me. I was once in this position. You know? I missed the energy that we have. Right? She says, I left because you told me to. dot dot dot. So that's another thing too. The tea is, allegedly, with entertainment purposes, there could have been a conversation before Cinco even went into, or maybe they both had a conversation and it ended up in, I gotta be here and you gotta be there, even though they wanted to choose each other in some type of context. This is what I mean, like even with the number 8 here, something is not over. Let's get one more card for Brooklyn. I am manifesting you, girl. Didn't I literally just say that that she dabbles in some type of spiritual, but she is doing it in a divine timing type of way. Remember, manifesting someone doesn't necessarily mean I'm doing magic on you. This is an energy of like, I'm still here and I know you can feel me. Manifesting the energy, manifesting the right time. Because I'm hearing that song from Chris Brown. It's never a right time to say goodbye, but I gotta make a fresh move, because if you don't, you're gonna stop hating me. Alright? Let's see how Cinco's feeling about Brooklyn and Frost. Spirit. How is Cinco feeling about Brooklyn? Wrongful advice. Okay? So you gotta keep in mind, I do feel like Cinco took the wrong advice from someone, right? Or he listened to the wrong information when it comes to Brooklyn Frost. Like, I do feel like, I want to say, I know that they dated and broke up, but something happened where they had a conversation and they had a chance to reunite again. And I guess Cinco was the one who decided not to go in that direction for whatever reason. And this is why she's saying, I left because you told me to. Right? Because there is an energy, I do feel like they crossed paths again and there was a chance for them to reconnect, but someone said no, or someone is like, I gotta plant the seed, or I have an obligation, I have an expectation. And that could be with who? Miss Lala Baptiste. They're waiting for you. Look at how we have all this blue here. This is how I know that not only are they in each other's heads, but they're in each other's emotions, right? He's waiting for her though. And he's saying, I'm ready. So that's the thing. I don't know, collective. I feel like if they were both, I'm getting this energy because it feels like they're marrying each other. It feels like if Cinco dropped everything, went to Brooklyn Frost right now and said, I want to be with you and I'm willing to do this, I don't care, blah, 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 she would agree. And vice versa. Like if she dropped everything and came to Cinco and said, I want to be this with you and blah, blah, I don't care about blah, 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 he'd be like, okay. Because there is an energy here like, I'm willing to drop it all. And I meant what I said. So there's, like I said, they had a conversation somewhere where things were said. I do feel it's 11:43, right? 1:43, I love you. So that's what I'm kind of getting here. It's like when he said I loved you, I meant it. Like there's something he could have said to her that he really was being honest about. Wow. And then he would say, if I ask you to stay, would you leave? All right. So this brings me back to my point of like, they're both in this energy of like, if I could drop everything and go your way, I would take it. But, you know, their ego might not let them be there. Where are they meeting in the middle with this deck, Spirit? Where are they meeting in the middle? You are right. Wow. So they're meeting in the middle of getting clarity on each other, of how they feel about each other, possibly. You are right. So she's feeling like Cinco was right about some things. Cinco is feeling that Brooklyn Frost was right about some things. There's this energy of you were right. They're also both thinking about the sex. Sex with you so amazing. Okay. P. And it says, I need time for me. And even though they're all in this energy, remember, they're still keeping it to themselves. I need time for me. I can't do this right now. And we also have, I miss you, do you? One more card for the middle energy. The middle energy, be more selfish, okay? So that selfish energy is like, I can't be selfish, right? I can't indulge in this, even though I want to be more selfish, even though I want to do this, even though I want. It's like they're both not acting on what they truly want. And it's because there's other people here, obviously, because I also had, I think we should see other people on the back of the deck. Wow, you are so beautiful. Why do you even need me? And then we also, do you even care? Okay. Alrighty, so this is gonna be the end of this question. Let's get into the next question. Alright, so that's how they're currently feeling about each other. Alright, so the next question we're gonna ask is, does Brooklyn and J Frost I just called him J Frost. That's crazy. At least I'm on my business. Okay, J Cinco. That was crazy. Let's see if they still talk. I just said motherfucking J motherfucking Frost. Let's see if these two still talk. Chat. Make sure you guys, if you guys are enjoying the reading, the tea that is spilling out, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, show some love. Alrighty, okay, let's see if these two are motherfucking talking. Are they currently talking, Spirit? Are they currently talking? Alright, are these two currently talking? King of Pentacles. Magician card in reverse. Okay. Y'all, they're not talking, but I do feel like they speak into each, like I want to say that they do have like a soul connection. So they're not talking physically, but I do feel like they speak to each other in different ways, like astrally. Like, I think, like I said, there could be things like, for example, like she hears a certain song and knows it's coming from him and vice versa. Or she'll see his birthday, his car model, and him too. And they'll both know it's a sign from each other. There's also, like I said, I'm telling you here, the King of Pentacles of being loyal, respecting each other's space and whatever foundation they have going on. So, like I said, J Cinco's not trying to ruin whatever Brooklyn Frost has going on, and vice versa. It's like I said, they have like this underlying energy of respect, and it's very interesting. But the Six of Wands, like also too, like if I was to message you, I would get in trouble. You know, there's people that do pay attention in both sides of their energy. Magician card in reverse, like I said, I don't know if Lala be close to that phone and be looking over that phone like, making sure, and vice versa. But they know that, like, if there was an energy of trying to be secretive in communication, there's a high chance that they both would get caught. Six of Pentacles, okay? Because I'm hearing that song, I heard you bitches was looking for me. Because people are expecting it. Especially maybe her relationship too. Like the person she's dealing with too. Six of Pentacles, yeah, they communicate energetically, like through spirit. Because I see like spirit being the judgment call here as spirit's holding the scale. Yeah, okay, so I don't think there's any Seven of Swords confirmation of getting caught, okay, because people paying attention. But I don't think there's any active communication. I feel like there was communication going on between them before. Like, I want to say, like, the last time they could have been in communication was around the Streamer University energy. Because I feel like there was a conversation they had during that energy or during that time. But there was a choice. Someone made a choice here, and that kind of turned things. Yeah, Page of Cups, yeah, see? They talk emotionally, they talk energetically, they talk spiritually towards each other. That's how they communicate. But Five of Cups, there's no active communication. Spilled milk here, negativity, okay? It would cause sadness, pain. But they both still talk to, talk to each other. They both still talk to each other in a spiritual sense, Ace of Swords, on the astral plane, if they will. Okay. So yeah, because I'm hearing that song. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. I'm telling you, they hear a lot of songs, or they both listen to a lot of music, and it's like talking about each other. Alright, I want to pull from this deck for clarification. You see, even my fucking throat chakra all got caught up again. Are they communicating, Spirit? Are they communicating? Can we just talk? Are they communicating? We have the wedding rings. It is in reversed. So it does say union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise. So that soul connection, it is in reverse. This is what I mean about, like, I don't feel an active energy, but it feels like this is, they're still connected, right? It's done just in a different format, a different way. We also have not enough. It says frustrated relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego, and jealousy. So it's not that they don't want to talk to each other. There are people around them, even maybe within themselves. Like, it's like, I'm not trying to cause more problems than what there already is. Like it. Yeah, look, that we also have a mirror. So it says mirroring each other, self-image reflects our wounds, and it says introspection. Okay, so this is what I mean about respecting each other, even if they're both like still reflecting and sitting in each other's energy. We also have the snake. Okay, so it says competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, and the other woman. So I feel like this is more Lala's energy. I'm not saying Lala's a snake, but it feels like she's like keeping an eye, right? You know, there are people outside, not even just Lala, allegedly for entertainment purposes. It's just people in this outside or pay attention to these two. They're like people paying attention. That's what I'm getting at. But I don't think they're talking to each other actively. So no. All right. So the next question we got: how does Brooklyn feel about Lala? Okay, let's see. How does Brooklyn feel about Lala? You know what? I'm going to do a spread where, like I just did for Cinco and Brooklyn. So we'll pull a card for Brooklyn on the left, a card for Lala, and see where they're meeting in the middle. Sure. All right, let's get a card. How does Brooklyn feel about Lala? The Page of Swords. And that. Okay. Let's get a card. How does Lala feel about Brooklyn? Didn't we just see the Page of Pentacles for Cinco in his last reading? That's interesting. Okay, and I hope you guys are paying attention to the cards that are popping out. Where are they meeting in the middle? The Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so they both don't like each other. Okay, but I do think this is more because it's like, I feel like Page of Pentacles, I just want to get into Lala's energy real quick. When it comes to Brooklyn, there is a sense of intimidation. Like, I really feel like you replace me in an energy, right? So, like, I feel like I am compared and I am fighting, or I am trying to keep a spot or keep a hold, an attention onto energy, and that energy is Cinco, right? So, it's almost like she also knows that maybe there's something off between the two of them, you know what I mean? It's like she can understand that there's unfinished business here. It's not everything that Cinco said. It's not what it is. It's like she can almost feel them. Maybe she can almost feel the soul connection or something deeper between the two of them. But she tries to brush it off, right? Dust your shoulders off, shoddy. She said, if you're feeling like a pimp, gone. Like, she tries to very much act unbothered, but it's like fake confidence. Like, I'm not going to let this affect me because I have all this growing and happening and coming for me. But I do feel like you still are a threat in some way and somehow, and I can't pinpoint how. Right? I'm not saying that she's trying to win, but she's also not saying that she thinks that she's going to be Brooklyn Frost as someone that she has to worry about. But in a way, she does worry about it. You know what I mean? Now, when it comes to Brooklyn Frost, she don't like Lala. Okay? The Page of Swords in reverse is like, I know your tea. Right? So I'm hiding in the dark, but I know things about you. I see right through you. Okay? So there could be some, I feel like, rumors or gossip or things that have gone around that's about Lala that, you know, Brooklyn knows. And there might not be rumors because maybe she knows there's truth behind it. You know, there's an energy of, like, I can see right through you. Like, I peep your tea. I see your energy, sis. So I'm not gonna lie, Brooklyn's energy feels a little bit more shady, but she's also keeping it cute, right? I'm not gonna show you or make it feel like I don't know, right? It's almost like playing fool to the fool, because I do feel like they're both doing that energy, trying to remain unbothered of each other, but there is an undertone of like, I see you, because the Queen of Cups in reverse, right? they're both emotional or feeling kind of some type of way about something. There is an immaturity or a catty tone to it, but it's like, I'll keep it to myself. You know, I'm not going to start trouble. But they both are checking, or they see each other's temperature. Like, they see each other. Okay? Let's get a clarification with this Page of Swords in reverse. Ten of Pentacles. And it has to do with the relationship. And because I'm almost here like Page of Swords reversed with the Ten of Pentacles. Like, Brooklyn's almost like, girl, if you only knew. If you really only knew. But it's like, because Brooklyn Frost knows exactly what's going on, but she also keeps a lot to herself. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like saying like, I can take your man, but she's saying that like, you can believe what you want to believe, but I already know what's going on type of energy. And you gotta keep in mind, I'm not saying that in a cocky way, as she's sitting this energy of like, aha, like, yeah, like, we have a soul connection and it's bigger than what you got going on. But she understands that whatever's happening, there's a bigger picture. Ten of Pentacles. So she's almost being like, I'll let you win. I'll let you have it for now if you really think it's yours. Because at the end of the day, like I mentioned earlier, within divine timing, that's what's going to get revealed, if it's really going to be here or not, right? And I do feel like, in a way, like, I don't even think Lala really gives a fuck. Because to be completely honest, allegedly for entertainment purposes, I don't feel real love for her either. So it's like, if things were to get revealed and she ended up losing her spot, in a way, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, Lala's energy is like, I still won. I have a baby. You know? I don't know. Like, it's just very interesting energy to pick up on. Let's get a clarification with this Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, Seven of Cups. Okay, so that's another thing. I also feel like Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups is like, she's still very on Brooklyn's energy. She feels her. She might feel her on her man, right? And she's like, why do I feel like you are hiding or you're doing something? And this is why people might think they got something going on the low. But it's not even that. It's just that they are energetically still feeding into each other. They're energetically still thinking and dreaming and being connected on a astral point, right? So this is why she can feel the energy, and it doesn't make sense to her, because it's almost like she's like, I know you're not in my reality, you know, I try not to give you energy. I can see what's going on in my present point, so I know I got nothing to worry about, but I still can pick up your energy. So it's like she can feel the silent competition with Brooklyn, even if it's not real, because this is why they're both sitting in the Queen of Cups as that middle energy, because they're both in silent competition. They're both trying to play it cute, right? Because there's no evidence, there's no proof. Clarification with this Queen of Cups. Yeah, and who is this all over? An Emperor. Who's that Emperor as we... But also, I want to say that, you know, the Emperor is Cinco, but it is this energy of trying to keep it calm and collected and in control. I'm disciplined. I'm not going to show you my hand. I'm not going to show you how I'm feeling about it. Even if I'm bothered, even if I'm jealous, even like, because it feels like they're both mirroring it, but it's just very, like I said, just in the last reading, it's in different fonts. You know, Brooklyn Frost feels like she knows Lala's tea, and she feels like, listen, I know the deeper ends in this energy, and I don't got to do nothing, even if I want to. And then when Lala's in this energy of like, why do I still feel your energy? And I don't need to be bothered by you either, Brooklyn, because look what I have and look what I'm building. And he's not even that serious to me in the first place. Like, there is an energy of that, you know? And them both they're both playing fucking tennis with each other. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Bad luck, timing, and just unfortunate events, okay? But they both still, the point is here is they both pay attention to each other. Okay, they both are clocking each other's energy as I knock down the bell. Okay, and they're sending each other negative energy in a way of like trying to act on bother, but also feeling some type of way. You know, that's very passive aggressive. Alright, let's get a clarification. We're gonna get some clarification out of this deck. Alright, let's get a card for Brooklyn Frost. Brooklyn Frost. Withdrawal. So there's guilt. It says awakening, and it says rejection. Okay. Oh, it's Lala's energy to Brooklyn. Loss. Okay. So I don't know why I get this energy. The guilt here is saying, like, this is what I mean about her playing her cards right or trying to be disciplined, because the guilt here is saying, like, I could do a lot more, but I'm allowing myself to do less. There is a sense of rejection. Like I said, they're both sitting in right. I'm trying to not make sure, I'm trying to act like this is not a problem. But also, too, with these two cards, what I'm picking up on here, like, there's an energy of, I feel like you're taking something from me, or you took something that was supposed to be mine. 10 of Pentacles. And Lala's looking at it, it's like you just lost your spot, or you just lost your place. It's not my fault why everything ended up the way it ended up. I was, you know what I mean? And then she's over here like, okay, well, we'll see how that actually really plays out in the end. Lincoln Park. Clarification with the withdrawal. Yeah, see, look at that, that 10 of Pentacles, right? Like, this is the thing, like, it brings me back to as well that I don't think Brooklyn Frost likes Lala, but I do feel like she genuinely is not like wishing, like, when I say they're sending both evil eye, they both don't like each other, but Brooklyn's not wishing ill on Lala in Cinco's situation, you know? It just almost feels like it just an energy of like, I was supposed to be the one here. Clarification for this loss. Yeah, see, merit making. It says easiness, it says morality, and it says humaneness. So at the end of the day, like I said, even though there's competition here, I feel like they're both trying not to come off. They're both trying to sit in this energy, like they're not trying to be bitter about it or feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, it's like they both are kind of triggered by each other's energy. Like I said, just I'm telling you, when it comes to Brooklyn Frost's energy, it's like she almost sits in this energy of like, I'm gonna let you have it now, sis, but if only you really knew what was going on. And I see you. I see the energy. I peep it. And I'm trying not to be bitter about it. It's like, that's what I'm getting. Like, I'm trying not to be bitter. Queen of Cups in reverse. Obviously, she is holding on to emotions, so they both are. But they're both trying to sit in this unbothered space. Look at this. We have Marionette for Lala's energy, dictatorship, domination, reluctance. And we also have fear, okay? Because she's still worried about Brooklyn's influence, okay? It says persecution, it says phobia, and it says paranoia. Like, you know, this is what I'm talking about. But, like, she can feel her energy even if it's like she feels like she's not a problem, because her energy is still technically here. Where are they meeting in the middle, Spirit? Where are they meeting in the middle? Loneliness. Justice. And we have mask. Ooh. Okay, so they're both sitting in this sense of aloneness because they feel like one knows the truth and one wears a mask. And you got to keep in mind, this role can be flipped. Like, Lala might feel this way, like she knows the truth and Brooklyn's wearing a mask, but Brooklyn could also be feeling this way since it's the middle energy as well of Lala wearing a mask and her knowing the truth. They're both sitting in this energy of like, I see it. I see you, sis. I see you. Hesitation. And they're both sitting in hesitation about it as well. Okay, so I really don't feel like they're the most fond of each other. They're definitely clocking each other's tea in like wherever energy they are at, but they're also trying to act unbothered. Alright, now let's see how does Brooklyn feel about Lala and Cinco having this baby, and then we'll get the overall outcome for Cinco and Brooklyn Frost. So, Spirit, how does Brooklyn feel about Cinco and Lala having this baby? That should be me holding you. That Justin Bieber song back. That should be me making you. Oh, on the back of the deck, the Ten of Swords. Girl, how'd she feel about it? The Sun card, she's not happy. She could have cried when she heard about it. Because you know how we all were going in this energy of trying to act like it wasn't real or wasn't true. And then all of a sudden she came out, boom, baby boom, right? We all were pretty shocked. Yeah, I definitely feel like she was sad about it. I don't think her ego showed it. Like, this is something probably happened, like, it happened in private hours, you know, when she's by herself. She could have cried about it. The Lovers card, all right? And also, too, it maybe, it kind of hurt her because, like I said, I did say in the reading for Lala and Cinco that there is an energy of, like, feeling like, you know, I had this, I was about to have this with somebody else, or I could have had this with somebody else. You know, she does sit in that energy too. Like, we were supposed to be the one to bring in a child together, and we were supposed to come in united and bring, you know, I'm hearing that song, Isn't She Lovely? You know, bring a child of love. The Judgment in reverse, you know, she got in her head, you know, she didn't feel too good. She almost couldn't believe it, you know, but also at the same time, it feels like once the truth came out, she just sat in utter sadness, utter embarrassment as well here with the Judgment in reverse, like, you know. And I don't think she's embarrassed as that, like, he's having a kid. I just feel like it's embarrassing because it's like, I thought that was something that me and you were going to do one day. And you see the Judgment in reverse is like that sting, because if she did make a decision to go into a different direction or whatever the case may be, just to find out that he got another girl pregnant, like, you know, that really could have been a wake-up call of like, are we really connected or in union the way that I thought? Because like the Lovers card is like choices as well. It's not just about love and harmony and soulmates, and I mean the card does represent that, but it's like seeing how choices can lead to outcome here. It's almost like she's seeing that, like, oh, I don't think you were thinking when you were doing this, and were you thinking? Like, there is a little bit of confusion there as well. She was sitting in like, were you even thinking about me when you decided to get someone else pregnant? But also too, that's an ego thing to think about, because it's like, why would I be thinking about you, Brooklyn, if we've broken up? See, Ten of Pentacles, it's like it really did hurt her on a bigger picture sense of like what she idealized or what she wanted out or what she saw. The Page of Pentacles in reverse, and this Page of Pentacles in reverse has popped up 3 motherfucking times. So it's not that Cinco didn't want it either, but also at the same time he did make poor choices that led to a result. And at the end of the day, like, when you make your bed, you gotta lie on it. Yeah, see, we also have, you know, the Page of Swords, the Hermit card, and the Three of Swords. So there's an energy of feeling a little bit betrayed, you know, because like I said, I do feel like they were in communication. So if he chose to go a different way, or she did, and the next thing you know, the next news or the next thing she heard was Cinco and Lala are pregnant, like, that hurt her, because it's like, what happened from when we just talked to now? It made her feel very uncomfortable. But remember, the Fool card is in reverse, so she is going to take a very mature outlook to it. She is going to hold back. She's going to think before she speaks. She's not going to allow a lot of her emotions to show all of this. But she was fucking sad. King of Pentacles, okay? And this has nothing to do with money or foundations, but it's just more of the energy of like, that should be me, Justin Bieber. Yeah, 9 of Cups, see? Like, she really thought that, I don't know. She never thought like something like that could happen. It was definitely an awakening, a reality check for Brooklyn Frost. 2 of Cups, especially when it comes to this connection. Like right now, I don't feel like she holds much against him now, but when she initially first found out about the news about him being pregnant, she was fucking hurt. She could still be hurt about it, but also at the same time, she doesn't blame him. She doesn't blame Lala. She doesn't blame the baby. It's just blaming circumstances of choice. That's what she's looking at. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I think right now her energy is a lot different than it once was. The 9 of Pentacles is telling me that she is healing and understanding that, like, you know, she can't control everything, and, you know, at the end of the day, things are just going to be how they're going to be, and she just has to accept that 9 of Pentacles. And I think this is why she's so focused on her stability in her career and what she got going on, because it's like, I'm not gonna allow myself to fall backwards anymore. So I feel like she was definitely hurt, but she has picked herself in some type of way. And like I said, I don't feel like this would be something you would see collective. I do feel like this is something that would be like in her private hours, like by herself. Like I feel like the people who would see it the most is the people who know her, like family, to be completely honest. Okay. Alright, so let's get an outcome for Cinco and Brooklyn Frost. What's going to be the outcome between these two, Spirit? We are going to end this reading here. What's going to be the outcome? What's going to be the outcome? So I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then we're also going to pull in advice cards collective. So, okay. So we have Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and we also have the Page of Cups in reverse. Alright, so the Wheel of Fortune talks about bad luck, timing, and divine intervention. I want to say I don't feel like necessarily things are over, but I do feel like things are going to be changing. 3 of Pentacles is saying one or the both of them could be going through a separation quite soon in their own personal life, which could like repeat a energy. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles is just talking about disharmony, uncollaboration. So I'm not going to say they're going to run back to each other collective, but it feels like one or the both of them could go through a separation or a breakup in the near future. And it's just going to be very kind of, it's going to just make things a little bit more challenging between the 2 of them. The Page of Cups in reverse is just emotional bad news, right? Just things that are not going our way, or things that we want to go our way. So like I said, I do see some disappointments, but I don't really see these disappointments being tied to like their connection. These disappointments feel like they're outside of them. So I don't know, guys, you just pay attention. Yeah, see, as I say disappointments, we got the 9 of Cups. Like someone is about to, I feel like, just experience some bad luck. 4 of Swords. And it's going to lead their energy to go into more of a meditation, a contemplation, more of a stagnant state, and more stagnant than it probably already is. Or maybe the Spirit's doing that to readjust the energy, okay? So let's get an advice card for these 2 and see what the outcome will be. But it does feel like there will be some disappointments coming their way here. Or someone, because it's like one of them. And I'm not going to, it could be both of them, because you got to keep in mind the Wheel of Fortune got both hands, alright? But one or both of them are going to definitely be experiencing a breakup or some type of disappointment, which is going to cause a challenge or make them really contemplate what's going on here. It's 12:12 on the clock as well. So let's get an advice card. Okay, Spirit, which one you want me to read? Actually, see, I hate when they bring out 2 cards, so the one that dropped probably is the one they want me to read. So I'm like, I don't want to read 2 cards. Okay, so we got Holly is upright reversed. Alright, Holly is upright. Alright, guys. So this is going to be the advice for them. It is Holly. So we are going to read the upright version of the book. This is going to be the outcome for Brooklyn Frost and Cinco. Okay, so the advice for them and the outcome is going to be planning, preparation, and repair. Oh, okay, yeah. So Holly says direction, significant, and decisions. Significant decisions. Direction and significant decisions is what's going to be the outcome and the focus between the 2 of them. Or what's going to be happening around them. Let's read. Let's read. Alright, so Holly says, like the lightning forks of Holly's branch, you stand on a fork road, a decision before you. Which path would lead you where you want to go, and which may lead you to an unexpected destination or lead you astray. You're running out of time to make a choice, but you know once you've chosen your path, there's no turning back. Make sure you've thought through this carefully. So that's going to be the outcome between the two of them. It feels like I said, one or the both of them could be going through some type of disappointment or change that's going to lead to make a decision here between the two of them. And Spirit says, be careful of the decision you make, because you can't unchange it. Just like they've already been learning here between the two of them. Like, once the choice is made, there is an outcome, regardless if it's good or bad. Okay. All right. But this is going to be the end of this reading, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Please, please, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment anything, feedback, you know, what you liked about it, what you didn't. Always love to chat with you guys. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also comment down some celebrities you would like me to read for. But I will see you guys in the next reading.